All right, first and foremost, I'd like to thank you all for coming out this evening to hear my presentation. Today we'll be looking at the Sparkman High School AP Statistics mock exam, looking specifically at the school report. The district that we're in for Sparkman is the Madison County Board of Education, and this is for my EFD 620 Measurement and Evaluation Education course. All right, first of all, we're going to take a look at the demographics. Sparkman High School is located in Harvest, Alabama, and the student enrollment is 10th through 12th grade, and the total enrollment for students is 1,829. As you can see, I've broken down each grade level. There's 631 10th graders, 563 11th graders, and 630 12th graders. The student to teacher ratio is 20:1. And then male students is 49%, and female students is 51%, and the graduation rate is 96%. Now take a closer look at the ethnicities and the socioeconomic demographics. If you can see, Caucasian is more than half of the population at 57%. African American is at 30%, Hispanic and American Indian, Alaskan Native is at 4%, Asian is at 3%, and then two or more races is at 2%. Now, if you look over to the right, is the economically disadvantaged students. We have 19% of our students that are on free and reduced lunch program, and then 6% of our students are reduced price lunch program. And then that's a total economic disadvantage of 24%. Now we're going to take a closer look at the AP Statistics mock exam. So the purpose for this exam is to determine where each student is, looking at their strengths and their weaknesses within the exam. And then we want to figure out the areas that students need to improve on. And then we also want to give students an opportunity to get an idea for how long the test is, and also what to expect. And our ultimate goal is to encourage as many students to successfully take and pass the AP Statistics exam. Now, taking a further in-depth look at the AP Statistics mock exam, so there's 40 multiple choice questions, and then there are 6 free response questions. But out of those 6 free response questions, there's one in particular at the end that's going to weigh more than the others. So just looking at the multiple choice first, those questions that are answered correctly, they're multiplied by a 1.25 scale. And then the free response questions, those are graded on a 4-point scale. And those first 5 free response questions are going to be multiplied at a 1.875 scale. And then the last the free response question is going to be multiplied at a 3.125 scale. Now, once you get those, the multiple choice and the free response total points combined, that's going to give you your mock exam score. So that's kind of going to give the students an idea of what to expect with their exam and what their grade will be. Now, as you can see here, everything's going to be on a point system. So I want you to focus on this row here is the actual mock score based on when they took the mock exam, and then their actual AP score. And then if you look to the left, you see their composite score. Now this is going to be the score compiled based on the total correct multiple choice answers, how well they answered the free response questions. And then, so if you notice at the top, we've got a small chart. So for a student to get a 1, they have to score between a 0 and 31. To score 2, it's a 32 to 43. And then 3, you have 44 to 55. And then to score 4 is 56 to 67. And then a 5 is 68, to 100. Now, if you pay close attention to the bottom, you can see this is the class average for the mock exam, which was a 1.46. And as you can see, once they all took the exam, they finished right around that same scale at a 1.5. So this is the areas of celebration within the AP Statistics mock exam. Students who received a 3 or higher on the AP exam can also receive a college credit. And I think that's very important, and it gives more of an emphasis on just making sure the kids are doing the AP work and then just being more prepared for the test. Now, some of the issues. Now with this, the grading scale is going to be on a rubric scale, so that's going to be subjective. So it just depends on who's grading the free response questions. And then another issue is that not all colleges are going to accept that AP course. So depending on what school they go to, they may respect it, they may not. They may still want the student to still take that class once they get to college. Now the next step, so we feel like it's important to give students opportunities to continue to enhance their exam performance. So by doing so, we figured that offering some type of Saturday school session, Saturday study session would be beneficial for the students. That way they can be more comfortable and be ready for the exam. Now, areas of weakness. After taking the mock exam, the students only had 4 to 5 weeks to prepare for the actual test. So, we feel like if we give them adequate time to take the mock exam and to prepare for the actual exam, their scores may go even higher than what they were. And then graduating seniors, they're typically disengaged, being a senior, and we noticed that throughout the test scores, that 10th and 11th graders scores were typically a little higher. That concludes my presentation. Does anybody have any questions?